Fever the right choice for you in free agency?
A lot of things. It was Amber and Kelly, Stephanie, Kelsey I played with at Athletes Unlimited for several years. Love Caitlin's game, love Aaliyah's game. It made sense. I made this decision mentally before DB and Natasha were even a part of the mix. And so all the new additions, Breezy, Sophie, like it's gonna be a fun season. And I won here my senior year at Texas A&M. We played in Conseco. When it was Conseco, we won here. So it just felt like divine timing to come back.
So before we continue with the interview, shout out to Sydney Colson. She did mention that she had a talk with the front office, maybe some dinners or something like that. We don't know, but they did come to an agreement, or Sydney Colson decided to make this move prior to seeing DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, Sophie, all these other signings from free agency. She had already made her decision that she was going to come over and be an Indiana Fever, right? She mentioned that she had a relationship with Kelsey Mitchell. Obviously, Kelsey Mitchell re-signed. That probably gave her more confirmation. Let's go. And then we heard she spoke about Caitlin Clark. And for those that don't know, Caitlin Clark gave the okay. She wanted Sydney Colson here. She wanted Sydney Colson on the Fever. So let's continue with the interview. She has a relationship with Brianna Turner. I don't know if Bree Turner played in Athletes Unlimited or not, but she has a relationship with her as well. And she I don't know, she seems excited to be here. So let's continue.
You said they helped win you over, but you've been around the league.
Yeah.
So you've had a
Hold on
chance
now. I
to
don't like how
see-
you said that. Like, I'm just up.
You've had the experience.
Yeah.
Where you have been able to pick places too.
Yeah.
And absorb it. So how much did that set up your own mind in thinking what you wanted to get to salute team?
Well, Stephanie just talked to me about how she saw me fitting in as a piece on court for the team, and that was really important to me. Like you said, I've been in the league. This is my 14th season out of college, and I've never been considered a lot in free agency, and so for her to see my value, it meant a lot. How she was, working me in to be a part of the team, and I said I want to play on court more in my last couple seasons in the league if I have that. So this was just the right fit. It felt right.
So you got to understand, Sydney Colson, she's been under the Aces organization, not getting as much playing time, coming in here and there for defensive purposes. I think she averaged 2 points last year, and the year before that, maybe 3. But this girl, I think she's here for mentorship as well, bringing championship experience, being in that system. I think that she could lead on the court as well. She could be a vocal leader too. And she's not afraid to get physical on the basketball court and bring that fire, for sure. So if she's going to be going at Caitlin Clark, or they're going to be going at each other, I expect Caitlin Clark to get a little bit of that, that dog in her. So Sydney's going to play. She'll get playing time. There will be times where Sydney's on the court with Caitlin Clark. If there is a specific guard that needs to get put in check, Sydney Colson's going to put her chest on somebody, for sure. So I just want you guys to know who she is. She will put her chest on somebody and let her presence be known. So, and she mentioned it, she wants to be a little bit more active on the court. So Coach Stephanie White made it be clear, hey, we could use you in this system. Maybe we could bring Caitlin Clark when, we'll run a fast-paced offense for 5, 6, 7 minutes. Then we'll bring you in. We'll slow it down just a little bit. Run it, maybe, I don't know what their plan is, but something worked out. She made the decision, I'm sorry, and now she's an Indiana Fever. So, very happy to have her. Let's continue.
What do you see your role being with this team then, given the roster that you're coming into?
I think similar to other places where I've been, I'm bringing veteran leadership, knowledge, energy, like swinging the defensive momentum, and just being that person that's dependable. And I'm gonna always come in and do my job, and I'm gonna be happy in my role, and I'll thrive. Whether it's 8 minutes, if it's 15 minutes, if it's 2 minutes, I'm gonna play hard and get everybody involved, and I want to win ultimately.
What have been your impressions of the people and the facilities that now will be home?
I'm super excited about it. I'm going from a team that was a very in the media, like people are excited to watch us, into another team that is arguably the most talked about team in sports right now, especially in women's sports. So this fan base, it's exciting to be a part of a team that has a lot of positive energy around it. You know, I hear and see the things that people say, but I know the true Indiana Fever fans, the ones that love basketball, that they love the WNBA. I'm excited to be playing in front of them and just with this team.
What do you?
That's big right there. So look, I can see the way she's thinking about it right here. You can see she's thinking about her answer.
You know, I hear and
She's thinking about her answer right here. I'm not going to skip over this part.
It's exciting.
So she's excited to be. She knows that. Let's start with this. She knows that Indiana Fever, the #1 sports team in women's basketball, being talked about, arguably one of the top 5 sports teams, professional sports teams being talked about in general, right? Indiana Fever, she knows that this is the team to be on. This is the organization you want to play for. And then you can see she thinks about it, then she expresses herself about, there's fans that we understand that are real basketball fans, and then you're going to have some trolls and some things like that who are going to be on the media. She said it very respectfully, which I got to give her respect for. You guys got to give her respect. She's being microscoped. Everybody who's coming into the Indiana Fever, they're going to be on a microscope. Everybody's going to be zoomed in, looking at them and hearing how they talk, listening to their interviews. How are they interacting? What do they say about the players? So she thought about what she's going to say, and she said it perfectly.
To be a part of a team that has a lot of positive energy around it. You know, I hear and see the things that people say, but I know the truth.
I hear and see the things that people say. So she sees it. We know she sees it. She's responded. We've seen it. But this is the part I'm going to respect right here. And moving forward, this is how we got to look at it.
Indiana Fever fans, the ones that love basketball, that they love the WNBA. I'm excited to be playing in front of them and just with this team.
What do you anticipate it being like to be part of all these sellouts and being the biggest show on wherever you go now?
I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be remarkable. And what I always thought about when I was on a team that wasn't getting that kind of visibility, whenever you go play the teams that are, that's when you bring your best game. Because now it's all eyes on your team too, and people, you know, hopefully will be tuning into our games and seeing players from other teams that they like, that are exciting, because there are a lot of good players around this league. So I think what we're going to be able to do, what the Aces, the New Yorks, what we're able to do is elevate the game and get people to respect our entire league, you know, not just a few teams.
What can you take from a team that just won championships to here? What did you learn from that experience?
Just like...
Before we even continue, I don't even want to miss that part and forget what she said. For the people who keep crying about the who's on TV, da-da-da-da, you guys get to play the Indiana Fever a couple times. Take advantage of it. That's all I'm going to say. Take advantage of the moment. Instead of crying about it, take advantage. Come on.
Like the work ethic, how to persevere, not getting too high or too low, and just playing as a team, and it can make all the world of difference to win. And we got a very hungry team here. I've said several times, a lot of people didn't want to see Indiana after their All-Star break, how they came and finished the season. Nobody wanted to see them in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see that group back, but also adding in a lot of veteran experience and a lot of winning veteran experience.
They're going to leave this sign up forever?
Huh? I hope so. Do you have a problem with it if they do?
No, I was...
As you can see, that personality is going. She real comfortable already. Reporters better get used to it.
Thinking that would be a good welcome.
I like it.
When you've got a lot of players from a lot of places coming together in sort of a new look to a roster like this, what's the secret to making this all gel ultimately when it comes time to put it together?
Well, I think that everybody asked the questions that they needed to ask in free agency, and they trusted what they heard. And so now it's just about everybody showing up and doing the role that people expect you to do. If I'm known for my defense and playmaking, I have to come in and do that. People are expecting certain things out of you. The coaches are expecting certain things, your teammates are. So it's just being a professional, showing up and doing your job so that everything can gel together and come with a good attitude so we can make it work.
Hold on, Sid. I see that look.
Come with
Yeah.
a good attitude.
Bring that good attitude, Sydney. But look, on a serious note, she's always pointing this key factor out, and this is how I know she's been on a championship roster. The coaches in the front office, we brought you here for a reason. We know what you could do. We expect you to do it and focus on whatever that task is, whether it's defense, like she stated, in playmaking. That's what we expect you to do. We didn't bring you here to block shots. We didn't bring you here to, whatever the case is, score 15 points. Your job is to lock down, get in people's ass when they need to be, and play make. Whoever else got brought in, Sophie, your job is to make threes, and you the hype girl. You lock shit down on defense, and you're running the floor. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving examples. Like, you do this, you do this. If we could all execute and focus on that, whatever we do strong, that's a championship team. And that's how we come together, and that's going to be a hard team to beat. So I love that response right there from Sydney Colson. We're almost out of here. Let's finish.
So we can make it work.
Did you talk with like Tyler or anything to get the lay of the land with Indy or anything like that, or Kelly from Texas A&M?
Yeah, Kelly texts me a lot. She sent me a picture of like A&M stuff when I was like making my decision, and once I had made it, and you know, it's cool to have another Aggie around, but you know, I think they'll be showing me more as time goes on. But I'm super excited to be in the city, to be in the community. You know, just showing that we care, that we want to immerse ourselves here, and you know, I think they are welcoming us with open arms.
What was it like to watch what Caitlin did for this franchise from afar? Different perspective.
Yeah, no, it was nuts. There's no other way to say it. It was nuts.
Did for this franchise from afar? Different perspective.
Yeah, no, it was nuts.
She said, yeah, dog, it was nuts.
There's no way to say it. It was nuts. I think, you know, you're seeing a team that's now like affecting the economy in the city. You got people coming from out of town, out of state, out of the country, maybe even to see games. And so that's special.
You've been studying.
Straight up. Like, there's no other response. Like, it's nuts, bro. Like, people coming out of the States. Like, she's bringing up fucking facts. Like, the economy. She's affecting the economy. Fuck what we're talking about on the basketball court. She's bringing shit to the economy. Like, she really understands. Like, it's crazy. Bro, what is going on, bro?
You've been studying those studies.
Yeah, man, I try to pay attention, but no, it's been cool to see.
Hold on. What?
You've been studying.
Huh?
You've been studying those studies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I try to pay attention, but no, it's been cool to see. Caitlin's a remarkable player. She's gonna be good here for a long time, so I know people are excited about, you know, her future here.
Puzzle here. This is all kind of coming.
Whoa, Mrs. Cox. Not yet. Not yet. So look, shout out to Sydney Colson. I honestly think she knocked that interview out the park. Maybe she was studying, but hey, she nailed it. I love everything I heard from the her job here, her expectations, the front office, Coach Stephanie White wanting more playing time, being a factor actually on the team and not just being there. I think she's going to have a mentor role with Caitlin Clark. I think she said a lot of great things about Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, letting it be known that nobody wanted to play this team after the break. Nobody wanted to play this team. And the fact that we have the core still, and you're bringing veterans, and she said not just veterans, she said championship experience veterans. So super excited for Sydney. She seems comfortable already with the reporters. Seems like she's being herself, having her joking moments, and just funny moments. And she seems comfortable. That's what, you know, you want to see out of an interview, out of a girl, out of a new teammate, someone new to the organization. She does not seem hesitant. She doesn't seem bothered, nervous. She seems like she's locked in and very comfortable, very confident. And I'm excited to see what this team's all about. Is there anything else we need to talk about? And I think she understands, like, the importance of being with the Indiana Fever. I think she understands that she's in the biggest organization that she could be in when it comes to women's sports. And I think she understands really who Caitlin Clark is and the power that Caitlin Clark has and what she's been able to kind of do in the league and the effect she has. You know, she mentioned pretty much all the girls on the team, and I'm excited, you know. So the sooner we can get this team all together, all in training camp, the better it's going to be. The more, you know, we can kind of just start seeing how things are going to play out, lineups, all that good stuff. But besides that, Sydney Colson, man, once again, welcome to the Indiana Fever. Can't wait to see you in a training session with Keith Porter and with Caitlin Clark and the rest of the girls. Where is Aaliyah Boston? Does anybody know where Aaliyah Boston's at? I just want to know before we go. Please, if you guys know where Aaliyah Boston's at or where I could find her, please let me know. Please let me know. As far as that goes, everybody else is pretty much in Indy, or at least know where they're at. Where is Aaliyah Boston? You need to be with Keith Porter. Get in the lab. Besides that, look, I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Keep supporting. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. All the new subscribers, I appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.